సార్
Yeah, please.
సార్ సండే రోజు వీడియో అప్లోడ్ చేశారా సార్ 13th?
లేదండి, సండే చేయలేదు.
ఓకే సార్.
నేను చేస్తాను, ఈరోజు చేస్తాను. కుదరలేదు నాకు, నేను చేస్తాను. ఓకే, రైట్. I took it from the home, right? I don't have that. Okay, guys, come on. So in the last class, what was the discussion? Array methods. Am I correct? Array methods.
Yes.
Yes.
So we have discussed about slice, splice, push, pop, shift, unshift. These are the methods we have discussed. These are all very plain methods. So now we are going to see some more different methods. They are called as first class functions. Yesterday we discussed about what is a first class function. What is that first class function?
Function which accepts another function as argument.
Super Mithali, super. Soumya or Mithali? Yeah. Function which accepts another function as an argument is called as first class function. As soon as you create an array, it creates an object. In that object we have some methods like for each. So this is a higher order function basically. So when it is a higher order function, it accepts another function as an argument. So what does this for each does is, for each will execute this particular function, the callback function, for each and every value of the array. So if I have console.log of hi, how many highs will be printed?
7.
Very good. Why
Yeah,
7?
7.
Because we have 7 values in the array. So for each time, for each value, the function will be executed and it will print hi. Isn't it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So that you can see this. So now seven times high. Suppose if I have my array only this, then it
3
will be
times.
printing only 3 times. That means for 12, this function will be executed once. For 11, this function which will be called once. For 45, this function will be called. So for each value, this will be called one time. Okay. So next. Suppose if I have 4 values, it will be printing 4. Okay, then that's fine. So this for each not only calls the callback function, it will also pass the respective value. What do you mean by respective value? When
Each value.
yes, when it is calling for the first time, first 12 will be passed. When it is calling for the second time, 11 will be passed. It is calling for the third time, 45 will be passed. For the fourth time, 26 will be passed. So whenever it is being called, the respective value will be passed. And you can have to receive that in an argument, in a parameter. So I am using a parameter called x. So in that x, the respective value will be passed, and that x can also be displayed. So now high 12, high 11, high 45, high 26, like that. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Very good. So this is how for each works and for each calls the function. Next point. The next point is, not only it passes the respective value, it will also pass the respective index. It need not to be I. You can keep it anything, but for the temporary purpose, I have used I. So X will get 12 and I gets what?
0. 0.
Super. When
Index.
X gets 45, I gets
2.
2. Very good. So that index will also you can receive. Okay. So there will be third argument also, but that is too much. That means it will give you the complete array as a third argument. Hardly we use this third value. Leave that. No need to worry. So this is how it works. So by using forEach, yes, can you print all the values of an array? By using forEach, can I print all the values of an array? Yes, like that.
Yes.
Okay. Suppose if I have where sum is equal to 0. Okay. Can I calculate all the value array, sum of all the values and store in the sum variable?
Yeah, we can do
Yes,
that.
sir.
How?
Sum plus equal to x.
Sum is equal to sum plus.
Super. Sum is equal to sum plus x. So every time x will be added to the sum and that will be again stored in the sum only. So finally, after all execution, I can have console.log of sum is 94. So count the number of even numbers in the array. Suppose if I asked you to count the even numbers of the array, how do you do that?
First, we will
If
X
mod 2 equal to 0, then count plus 1.
Okay. So now you are getting how do you do that, right? For example, here instead of calculating sum, I will take up the count as 0. So I have to increment the count only when I could able to divide the x with 2 and I get the reminder as 0. At that time only I have to increment the count. So finally I can able to get how many even numbers are there? 12, 26, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it, correct. So my computer is working okay. So next, what is next? Okay, like this, you can make use of forEach to iterate over each and every value of the array. Is it understood? Yeah. Next, there is one more function called map. Okay. Before understanding the map, we have to understand what is the return type of a function call. Every function call at least return something. Every function call will return something. How to find out what exactly it returns? For example, let us see. ar.pop. Okay. So it will remove the last value. Am I correct? Hello.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes.
what does it return? Where res is equal to, if I say ar.pop,
Another array.
no. So pop will return the popped value. Pop will return the popped value because for 57 got popped. So that popped value got returned into res. Hello. Is my point clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So there is a return type for this. There is a return type for every function. Suppose if it is not returning, in fact, anything, then it returns the undefined. If it is not returning anything, then it returns
Undefined.
undefined. At least it returns undefined. what do you mean by that? Suppose, okay, suppose ar.push. What does it return? Push of 44. It will add it to the end, but what do we get in the res?
44.
No, it will be getting the index in which we have inserted. Where I have inserted. Okay. Next. Index of push, pop, unshift, shift, everything has its own return value. Slice is also having the return value. Splice is also having the return value. But how about the for each method? For each method doesn't have anything. Doesn't return anything. Hello. For each doesn't return anything in the res. If you see res, it is undefined. Hello. Would you understand my point? For each will not return anything. Okay, how do I remember, sir? Only for each don't return. Don't worry. Next. Sir, for your confusion, I would like to do something else here. Res is equal to Praveen. And if I say res is equal to ar dot for each of a function.
Undefined still.
Res, because it is already having Praveen, no? Does it replace Praveen or it will not replace anything? That is the question.
Not replacing.
It will
So as I told you, if a function don't return anything, but still it returns
undefined.
Undefined.
So obviously
It
the
replaces
Praveen will be replaced with
undefined.
Yeah, please remember, and this is a common mistake I have seen in many developers. They consider, okay, this is not returning any value, so the old value will be persisted. Unfortunately, old value will not be persisting. No way. It will be replaced with undefined. It is going to be replaced with undefined. Yes, this is one thing. Okay. So next point is what is that? For each don't return any value. That is a point. Okay. Next. There is another method called map. There is another method called map that is also going to work similar to for each with only one difference. So just like for each, map is also a high first class function, and it will call the callback function for each value of the array. That means what? How many times this ar.map will be map will call the function?
10 times.
10 times. 10 times high.
10.
10 high, right? Right. Next, this function will get the first argument as the value, respective value. What do you mean by that? First, it will pass 12, then 11, then, and the second argument will be passed as the index. And third argument will be passed as the complete array. Okay. If you want to see, you can see it. Leave about this. Then in such case, what is the difference between map and for each? I hope you got getting my point.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, but the return type for each doesn't return anything. Map will return an array. I repeat, map will return an array. Would you like to see what will be there in the res? console.log of res, you have an array of undefineds. Why, sir? Yeah. So this function is returning nothing. So it will be considered as undefined, and that undefined will be keep on pushing for every value of the original array. The map will return a respective value for it. Okay. Basically, as soon as you call a map method, it will return an array, and in that array, whatever you return from this function, whatever you return from this array, this function, that returned value will be pushed into that array. Suppose from this function, if I return Charmy, what will happen?
Ten times Charmy will print.
Very good. One more time. మళ్ళీ ఇంకోసారి చెప్పండి. కరెక్ట్ మీరు చెప్పింది.
10 times Charmy will print.
10 times Charmy will be pushed into the array. మీరు మాట్లాడాల్సింది 10 times Charmy will be pushed into the returned array. So save and refresh. Could you see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Everybody understood this?
Yes.
Clear? No questions? Okay, guys. Very good. Very good. I appreciate it. Suppose if I return I.
Index of each element. Array will consist index of each element.
You know that index of each element, no?
Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 9.
Very good. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? These are the values what we are going to have in the array as a returned value of the array. So you see this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Next. What's next? Suppose if I have, okay, if I do like this, if I modulus 2 is equal to 0, sir, here I am doing all the experimentation for your understanding. This is the extra step I am taking to help you, but I'm okay. I am ready to do that also. But the only point is, this is not sufficient. Even you guys have to do more. Hello. You have to experiment with the map in multiple ways. Okay, what happens if I do like this? What happens if I do like that? Only then you will understand the nature. I mean to say, the nature of a particular function or a concept. You have to do lot of experimentation. Okay. Yeah. Return I. What will be there in the res? I am returning only if
Given values.
okay, I am returning I repeat, I am returning I only if I modulus I is an even number. Give me a minute.
Only even numbers indexes will be printed.
Can you think once again?
Index of even number.
elements with even indexes will be
Elements
printed.
with, okay,
Even indexes.
super. Elements with even indexes. I am returning I, and elements of even indexes will be returned. What is that? Okay, see here. So 0 and then undefined, 2 and undefined, 4 and undefined, 6 and undefined. Whether you return or not, map will anyways will return. Hello. Whether
Yes,
you
sir.
intentionally return or not, that anyways, if you don't return anything, undefined will be returned for that particular call.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So, and I am returning I am not returning AR of I. And I am not returning A. I am not returning A. If I return A, what will be the result?
Even values of array.
Hmm?
No.
And
Yeah. Values at even indexes.
Okay. How about undefined? Undefined will be given to whom?
At odd indexes.
So in even indexes, the respective values will be there. In the other indexes, undefined will be there. Have you got me?
yes, sir.
Right. So this is how, because map will be used to return a specific value for every value of the array. This is actually for mapping everything. That means for every value, if you want to give another respective value, then we have to make use of map method for every value of the array. And moreover, it returns an array of elements. I repeat, it returns an array of elements. Sorry, array of elements. Yeah. Okay. We are all from React batch. Am I correct? We are all from React batch. So in the React batch, in the React course, without map, you can't breathe also. You have to understand map very clearly. That is why I have given all these what you say examples. So be careful. You have to understand this. Next, there is one more method called, I have given what for each map. Now I'm telling you filter. So filter also does the same thing. I will start again. AR dot filter also call the callback function for every value of the array. So filter also will filter also gives me 10 highs. Filter also receives the respective value as the first argument. Filter also receives index as the second argument. Filter also receives the complete array as the third argument. Then what is the difference? What is the difference? What is the difference? What is the difference? Yes, the return type. Where res is equal to filter. So the filter, what is the filter does is when you return, for example, I modulus 2 is equal to 0, I say return true, else return false. So if I write it like this, what is going to happen is,
True at even indexes.
Yeah. 1 second, guys. Yeah. So when this callback function returns true the value, when the callback function returns the true value, at that particular callback, whatever the value of A, that will be pushed into the return array. That will be pushed into the return array. So now if you see what is there in the res, you can observe something like this. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir. Only even index values, sir.
Positions.
Because why only even index values? What is the reason?
True the value because of.
Only true the values will be pushed into the array.
Only true the values are pushed into the array. Only true the values are pushed into the array. Why? That is why. Why? Because I am returning only when
True.
I is that is index gets divided by 2, returns true. Only when I is in index is, when index is even number, only then at that time I am returning true. Remaining times I am returning false.
False.
That is why, okay, when I modulus 2 means even indexes, at the even indexes time I am returning true. That means true will not be returned into res array. What will be returned at that time? Whatever the a value is there, that will be returned. Hello, yes or no? So it is not returning the whole array, it is returning only selected values. So filter method is generally used when you have the, and when you want to filter the selected values.
Yes.
Now I will give you a small work, that is write a program to filter only even numbers of an array, even numbers of an array, of a given array. Can you do that now, please?
Sir, in the if condition.
Yeah, please write it down. No, please write it down. Write it on a paper and send me. I received only one answer so far. Nice, Rajesh. Guys, you take your time to complete this work and let me know. Don't discuss with anyone. You try from yourself. You try with your own way. Okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Yeah, guys. So, sir, Rajesh gave me a very nice thing. Soumya. Beautiful, Soumya. Perfect. Okay. But you have to write the console.log of res outside the function, not inside the function. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
Shailu.
Ag-
Okay. Good job. Good job. Good job. Sir, even if I give as a written a in if statement. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Correct, Soumya. Very, Shailu, correct. Actually, when you written the direct a value, what is happening is we are returning a means truthy value.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so a means a is considered as a truthy value. That means if it is there, if we have 0, then 0 also should be returned as an even number, na?
Okay, sir.
But when you return 0, that will be considered as falsy value. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So that will not be returned. So you are returning even if the value, that means it is returned as a truthy value, but we are returning a truthiness of the value, but not the value. Truthiness of the value we are returning. That
Okay,
means,
sir.
right? Very good. Very good job. Where is Diksha?
Sir, I send you on WhatsApp.
Acha, I'll still check. Okay, good job, good job, good job. Nice, nice. So I hope you understood what is a filter, right? So if a modulus 2 is equal to 0, return true, else false. RES will be only true the values. I mean, even values, not other values. Superb, right? Right. Next. Next thing is, I can reduce the amount of code here, but let us keep it the same way. Okay. Let us not disturb that understanding. Let us continue that. Next, we have to understand a beautiful method called return. So what is this return statement? Sorry, not return, reduce. Reduce. How the reduce works? How reduce works? Okay. So reduce has two syntaxes. Reduce has two syntaxes. Let us go for reduce method. Reduce in JavaScript. So reduce method executes a user supplied reducer callback. That means this callback, this is the word that is here called as reducer callback function on each element of the array. That is okay. In order passing in the return value from the calculation on preceding element. The final result of the running reducer across all the elements of the array is a single value. So when we apply reducer to reduce here, it will not return an array. It will return only one value. Okay. So how to understand that value? Okay. We have to read more. We have to read more. The first time that callback is run, there is no return value of the previous calculation. So when it is run, when the reduce is calling for the first time, in fact, there is no previous value, right? So from the second time onwards, we have the previous value, but the first time there is no previous value. If supplied, an initial value may be used in its place. Otherwise, the array element at index 0 is used as the initial value, and iterations start from the next value. Can you please go through this definition for a while? I got a call. Yeah. So the first time that callback is run, first time callback is run, there is no return value of the previous calculation. If supplied, an initial value may be used in its place. Otherwise, if supplied, an initial value will be used. So if you provide an initial value, that will be used. Okay, I will show you how that initial value will be used. Otherwise, the the array element at index 0 is used as the initial value, and iteration starts from the next element, index 1 instead of index 0. Okay, so perhaps the easiest to understand case of reduce is to return the sum of all the elements of the array. Okay, first of all, let us understand the nature of the function. So this is the callback function. Let us take it is not similar to forEach, map or reduce, map or filter. It has its own signature. So console.log of hi. So this is called as reducer function, and after reducer function, inside the reduce function call, you have two arguments. One is the callback function and another one is the initial value. Initial value you can be taken as 0 or 1 or whatever the way you want. So I have taken initial value as 0. So now what will happen? How res will be there? I will come back to this res. So here in this case, for each and for every value, this reducer function will be called. For each and every value, the reducer function will be called. And okay, let us see what will happen here. What did we have? I mean, this function is getting called for how many times?
10 times.
10 times.
10
So
times.
with hi, let us have a also. You will understand what will be there in the a. So a is undefined here. First time hi and 0. And from then onwards, it is just print. Then onwards, it is printing only hi and a value is undefined. The reason is we are not returning any value. Suppose if I return hello, what will happen? The very first time a will get the initial value 0. That means hi 0. From the second iteration onwards, whatever we have returned from this function, that will be passed to a.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Right. So from the second time onwards, it will come as
Hi, hello.
hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello. Okay. Next. So if you take the b will, so when you give the two arguments, first for the very first time, a will get the initial value, b will get the first value of the array. Hello, is it okay? A will get the initial value. For the very first time, A will get the initial value, whatever you have assigned over here. This value will be passed to A. And B will get the first value of the array. For the first time. Second time onwards, whatever you have returned from the callback function, that will be passed to A. And the B will get anyways this next value, next value, next value. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is what they try to explain here. So the reducer method executes a user supplied reducer callback function on each element of the array in order, passing in the return value from the calculation of the preceding element. So you may not understand what the hell is this. This is application. But first thing is reducer method executes the reducer callback function on each element of the array. That is one thing. So read the second statement. The first time that the callback is running, there is no return value of the previous calculation. So if you supply an initial value, if you supplied an initial value may be used in its place. That means if you supply an initial value, that will be passed into the A. If you
Yes.
don't supply, then what will happen?
Undefined.
Undefined will be passed. Actually not undefined. There is another thing, but so you can supply. If supplied, an initial value may be used in its place. Otherwise, see. If supplied, an initial value may be used in its place. So that initial value will be passed into the A subsequently. Otherwise, array element at index, sorry, please.
First element of the array will be passed.
If you don't supply any value as an initial value, first value of the array will be passed into A. That is, otherwise the array element at index 0 is used as the initial value, and iteration start from the next element. That means what? Iteration starts in the sense this function B gets the 11. That means iteration will be done only for remaining values, not the first value. Could you understand my point?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Right. So let us implement it, but we will have with the initial value as 0. So here, instead of console.log return A plus B, I'll apply as A plus B. What will happen, guys? First, A will get 0 and B will get 12, and it returns A plus B. That is again 12.
Yeah.
So that value will be passed to A. And B gets 11.
Yes. Sir.
So A will be 12 and B will be 11. 12 plus 11, 23. 23 will be passed again to A.
Okay. Yes.
Then B will get 45. 23 plus 45, that is 68. 23 plus 45. 68 will be passed to A and 26 to B. (68 plus 26). 94 will be passed to A and 42 will be passed to B. Are you getting me? Like
Yes,
that,
sir.
each value will be added. And finally, after completion of 57 to B,
Sum of the.
even for the 57 for B, A plus B will be there, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So that value, let us properly see that. So for the first time when I am calling, A will get
0.
12 na. Oh, initial value kada. Okay, A will be getting 0, B will be 12. Next, A will get 12, B gets
It will get to
11.
11.
11. Next, A will 23, B will be
45.
45.
45. A will be 68, B will be 26.
26.
A will be 94. No problem, take time. I am also spending time. 42. And then A value will be 94 plus 42, 136. And B will be
56.
56. Then A will be 192. And B will be
15.
15.
15. Then A will be 207. And B will be 74.
74.
So A will be 281. And B will be 23. A will be 304. And B will be
57.
57. A will be 361. And B will be 23. Sorry, I paid. No.
Done, sir.
Sorry. So done. So B will be 57. So 57 will be added to 34. Hello. It is returning. Still we are in the function. it returns 304 plus 57. That is 361. So there is no value to be passed for B. A value will be 67, accepted 361, but A value in the sense the return value will be 361. But even if I pass to this A, B doesn't have any value. Am I correct?
Sir.
When a
Yes.
situation comes, when all the values of the array are over to B, then whatever the return value is, that will be returned as a return value of reduce, not as a reducer function. So where res is equal to that value will be returned to res. So if you see console.log of res, you will get how. Perfect. 361. So res gets that last value. How is that? Sir, I tried a lot. You should applaud me. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understood.
Acha. You understand, but you don't upload. Okay. Okay. No problem. No problem. Chalo. So anyways, the point is, this is how reducer works. I mean to say reduce function works and reducer works. But overall, that is all okay. But the point is, what happens if I don't supply the 0? If I don't supply the initial value, still you get the same result.
Element.
Yes.
Still you get the same result because first value will be passed
Yes.
A, and initial value will be the first index. The only difference is this kind of approach will iterate the function only for length minus 1 times. If you pass the initial value, it will be repeated for 10 times. I mean length times.
Length time.
Yes, sir.
Length times. Am I correct? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Please write reducer function for me once. No looking here and there. For sum of all the values, please write a function. Please write the reducer function. Okay. Acha, no problem. You everyone wrote the right way because you are happily remember that small syntax. Now I want you to implement the reducer function in such a way that reduce function in such a way that it will give us the maximum value out of the given array. Hello. I want the maximum number from a given array by using reduce method.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, do it. Nice, Diksha. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you, sir.
See, I really enjoy this actually moment when I find. I mean, I have seen so many things in the life, but some of the things are very happiest things. Like when my son first crawling, when my daughter first called me Nana. These all things are very beautiful. She started scolding me nowadays. On Friday evening, if I go out with my friend, she says, "Where are you going?" Some things are there. That is all progress I enjoy. The same way, when I see people are writing code, when I see people solving some complex problems in front of my eyes, I can see the transformation. That is beautiful. That is more beautiful than anything, isn't it? Nice. So yeah. So Mithali gave a good answer, no doubt in it. Nice, very good. Rajesh, does it work? Did you check your answer?
Okay, sir.
Okay, here we go. Let me write the thing. So I will be okay. If I take the initial value as 0, that is also okay. I go with Diksha's logic. If A greater than B, of course, for the very first time, A will not be greater than B. If A is greater than B, return A. else return B. If A is greater than B, return A, else return B, right? So in this process, do we get the maximum value or not? Absolutely. Absolutely, you get the right value. Okay. And how about Mithali's answer? If B is greater than max, she took another variable called max with 0, basically. If B is greater than max, so first B gets the value. If B is greater than max, then max is equal to B. Okay. And finally, she is returning the max. Okay, whatever A is not even being used over here. Okay, that is fine, Diksha. So you just made for each thing in the same process. But let us utilize the beauty of reducer callback function. This callback function. Where is the use of A? And we
Yes,
have
sir.
taken another variable as max.
Yeah.
So instead of that, you can make use of it. So Rajesh, I think you can check it out once again. Sailu, what happened, Anna?
Sir, I'm trying, but I didn't get, sir.
Okay. Have you understood the logic here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. 1 second. Just give
Sir,
me.
I haven't understood.
Yeah. Please try 1 minute. Please try. बोल क्या रहा है? Okay, guys. Anybody, Shailaja, you got that? Did you get that result?
Yes, sir, I got it, sir.
Okay, guys. So finally, this is how we can make use of reduce to find out the maximum, minimum, or sum of all the numbers, average of numbers. Okay, these kind of things can be done. Okay, one more very important function is there, that is called sort. Okay, so let us take some values of the sort 12, 10, 19, 15, 34, 98, 26, something like this. So I can apply the sort method on the array. Simply ar.sort sort of. Simple. Oh, what happened? Backtick. So, क्या हुआ? Console.log of ar. So it will give you the sorted value of the sorted result of the array. Hello, the original array got changed. In for each map reduce, the original array got never changed. But here, as soon as I make ar.sort, it got changed to this way. Isn't it? Is it sorted or not? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Yes. But sorting is not complete because it is basically sorted based on its characters. The first character, this number sorting is not going to happen. That is why I have removed the old values. Okay, just to tell you, sorting will happen, but it is not 100%. For example, if I have 115, 115. So generally, where you expect 115?
At the
Last.
end.
After 98, in the last.
Last. So if I see the result, you can see 10 and then 115. So all the one initial, that is top digit, first digit of the, not from the right side, okay, from the left side, whatever the first digit is there, that will be identified and it will sort based on that. Okay, I hope you are clear, right? So this is going to be a issue. Basically, this sort method invented. Oh, एक minute. Problem क्या हुआ? Okay, so sorry, we got production issue once. Okay, so finally this sort method is basically introduced for only strings, not for the numbers. But later on there is we got a requirement for numbers also. For that they gave us a solution called compare function. You have to add pass a compare function. Inside that compare function, you have to write it like this only. If a greater than b, sorry, it will be passed two values. If a greater than b, you have to return 1. Else, you can write out normally also. Else, you have to return -1. So now that means this is a compare function, guys. This compare function has to be remembered. Okay, the algorithm is very long and lengthy. We can't understand right now. Even I fed up with that. Okay, I left it. So now if you see, it will be compared properly and it is giving me the right thing. So this compare function has to be used to make this array sorted based on the numbers as well. Is it clear?
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you have to remember this compare function. Okay, right. This compare function not only works for numbers, it is also work for array of, not only numbers, it will also work for array of objects. Array of objects.
Object.
Would you like to see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, but you should have a different, little more different, simple difference has to be applied on it. So here we go. So here I have some array of methods like, array of objects like first name is Praveen and the last name is Bala. Age 35. Yeah. Okay. So now I had to create multiple objects. Okay. Praveen, Jairam, Ramesh, Tilak, Gowda, and Jairam Ramesh age is 76. Tilak's age is 29. He is Abhi, Ram, and he is 15. So I have array of objects. Is it possible to sort these array of objects based on a key? Hello, am I audible? Am I clear? Based on the key. So when you apply the same array on this with this sort method with a compare function, A and B gets the objects, not one value, right? It will get the complete object. So when we get the complete object, you have to compare with the compare key. So if you want to compare with the age, you have to say A dot age is greater than B dot age, then return 1. Because A and B are getting the complete object, not one particular value. I hope you got it, right? So now
Yes, sir.
array will be sorted based on the age. First, I got Abhi because his age is 15. Then I got who?
Tilak.
Tilak Varma because his age is 19. Then Praveen Gubbala. Then Jairam Ramesh. Suppose I want to sort based on the first name. So now they are sorted. Of course, Abhi again got into the top place, but next is Jairam because he is having J, then Praveen and then Tilak. Suppose if I sort based on last name, this will be Tilak, Praveen, Abhi and Jairam. Last name because Gowda is here. G-O-G-U, then R-A-M-E-S-H. Like that. I hope you got me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, suppose let us sort it based on the age. So who will come first?
Abhi,
Then
Tilak,
Tilak,
and
then-
Praveen.
yes, Praveen, then Ramesh. Okay, Jairam Ramesh. Okay. But I don't want it in the ascending order. I want it in the descending order. Then
Less than A dot H should be
Yeah,
less than
very
B
good.
dot H.
so let us, okay, that is also fine. Or else you just make, if A dot H is greater than B dot H, return 1, else return -1. This particular combination gives you, in the
Descending order.
descending order. I hope you got it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Super. This is how the for each map, filter, reduce, and sort works. Hope you like it.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Okay. So I have a I have a lot of calls today. I had to attend them. I would like to conclude it for today. So please do practice the same thing again and again, whatever I have done today. Okay.
Yes.
I try to send you array assignments also. But first of all, you do whatever I have done it today on multiple aspects. Okay. Do it for your own. Okay. Chalo guys. See you tomorrow. Okay. From Monday, we are meeting in the morning. Of course, tomorrow, the same time, that is okay. But on Monday, you well prepared for morning 7 to 8. Okay. That will be a regular class. For the coming 1.5 month, you have to be in that batch. Okay. Chalo guys, that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.